So the first thing to do is put google.com/forms. Google.com/forms. So by the time you put that and then you click on go. So once it goes, you'd see, yes, your form will come out like this. Modupe Iyadun Akipelumi. Please, can you check again? Can you see my screen? Please, I need you to confirm. Please, can you all see my screen? Okay. So now, this top here is just the title of your form. You see where you wrote untitled. It's a new form, so it doesn't have any title. So the first thing you do is you tap it. To edit anything, you just tap. One tap. You see, once you tap, then you can now change it. Let's say test is day 2 test. Let's just name it anything. And then right under it, you can see form description. So form description can just be this test is a makeup test. So ideally, when you have your first form, when it comes out like this, it means it is just in a form format. A form format in the sense that, you know, when you have a paper that you print and you tell somebody, put your name, your class, your phone number, it is just a normal form. It is a normal form in the sense that you are not scoring them. You are just asking them for information. So this is still a normal form. Can everyone hear me, please? If you cannot see, you need to swipe to. If you cannot see, you need to swipe to the other side of your screen. Just swipe maybe to the left or to the right. You'll be able to see the screen. Okay, so I'll go on now. So now that's how this particular form comes in. At first, it's just a form. There are no marks assigned to anywhere. There are no questions assigned to anywhere. So the first thing we do now is we are going to set our question. It's down here. You see this box? It's a box for questions. So you tap on it, then you edit whatever is there. So the first question I want to ask is, who is the current president of Nigeria? Let's leave it like that. You see, so by the time we've asked this particular question, you click on done here. Then you see this button down here. When you click it, it shows you several options. You know, so each question has an answer type. Some answers are in multiple choices. Some answers are select more than one answer, select 2, select 3. Some answers are short answers. It means they will put it themselves. They will write it themselves. Some answers are in paragraphs, maybe like essay or something like descriptions and all, you know. So now, based on the questions we're asking, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down are the ones that you can assign marks to. It means whenever you ask a question and you have different options, you can assign marks to them. But whenever you have a question where the answer is either a short answer or a paragraph, then you cannot assign answers because different students' answers will vary. They won't be a one-word answer or a kind of fixed answer. So far, you give them the leverage to write. So now, Google Forms has some form of drawbacks in the sense that, yes, you cannot do the tough exam, but you can do the basic testing. So it's the basic testing we're going to do now. Oloruntola, Olorunfemi, I think you just need to swipe your screen to the left or to the right. You see the screen. You see my screen once you do that. So now, for this kind of answer or for this kind of question, we are going to use the multiple choice kind of answer format. So when you click on this box, it shows you different formats, and you click on multiple choice. Multiple choice, they can pick any answer. Multiple choice, they can pick any answer. So by the time we select multiple choice, you see it brings out the first option here. So you select option 1. You see option 1 here, you can now edit it. So let's say our first option is Muhammadu Buhari. This one is, you see, now what we're doing is we're setting different answers. You know, we're setting different answers. So this is option 1, this is option 2. When you want to add another option, you just click on this add option here. You know, then you add, let's say, you know. So when you are done writing your options, you click on done here. So now that we have these 3 answers, the next thing for us now is to assign answers to them. But because, like I said initially, Mr. Ojunaike Fumulola Abosede, we are using, this is a phone that I'm using right now. I'm using my phone to show you how to do this. It is not a laptop. You can use your phone. You go to your browser and then you just follow up. But please not to worry, this video will be posted on the group so you can watch in case you miss any parts. We'll try to be as fast as possible. So now it's time to set our answers. We put the options, but the system doesn't know which one is the answer yet. So to do that, you scroll up. You see on top of the form here, you will see this one. There's another one like direction, and there's one that is a 3 dotted line. The 3 dotted line, you click on it, and then you see settings. You click on settings. So under settings here, you will see several settings. The first one, collect email address. So for every test you do, please try to make sure this box is always clicked on. So you can have the email contacts for each people that take your test. So you can also send them their scores, or they can also receive their scores in their emails. Response receipts means whatever they answer, they get it in their email. So it's more like using your scripts, in your emails, although it's not necessary, so you don't need to pick it. Then please, this restriction, don't bother about it. It should not be ticked on your own. This one just says it will only restrict this form. That is, this test can only be taken by people in our organization, and we can't be doing that. So now, what we are bothered about is limiting this test to only one response. This means if Mrs. Chinwe, for instance, wants to take this test, she can only take the test once. She can only take the test once. So you tap on this button here that says limit to one response. Then down here, respondents can edit after submitting. This means that after they write the test, they can edit it. That means they can change the answers, of which you don't want that. So you don't tick it. So the next thing now we do is, if you come back up here, you click on presentation here. Here now, this first setting says show response or show progress bar. Show progress bar means as you are taking the test, to be showing you your progress. When you finish answering number 1 and you're going to number 2, it's just showing you that. Then shuffle question order means you can shuffle your questions. Let's say number 1 in someone else's system can be number 10, just like the way JAM used to do. So since we're not doing so much on this side, we go back up here and see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to drag this to the left. You see, it's a long menu, so I drag it to the left. Or you click on this button over here to make sure this last option comes out. Quizzes. See where you see quizzes here. Then you click on it. So now you notice this button is off. The button is off. So when you tap on it, it brings out some other options. So this is where you make that form that we created, you make it a quiz. By doing this, you can assign a mark to it and you can tell the system which one is wrong, which one is right. So now here, quiz options, release grade. So this means that after this test, you can see your grade immediately after you submit, which was your case yesterday. So yesterday, when many of us took the test, we saw our scores immediately after we took the test. So if you want your students to see the scores immediately after they take it, then you tap on this. But if you don't want that, then you can tap on this one. And then later on, just by a click of a button, you can release their results. So down here, respondents can see missed questions, correct answers, point values. This means missed questions that is after they've taken the test, they can see the ones they failed. Correct answers means after they've taken the test, they can see the ones they failed and then the correct answers to the questions they failed. So this covers up for revision for you. So instead of going to class to go and do revision again, the system has already done the revision for them. Then point values just says the amount of marks you assign to each question, of which you will see that very soon. So once we've done it like this, you come up here and you click on save. You see up here. So when you save, it brings you back to your test that you had before. So now we still have the same question that we've asked before, but there's a difference. Now we have a blue button here. You see where this is? A blue button. I'm hovering over it now with this my black indicator. A blue button here. So you click on this blue button here. So when you click it, you see it, choose correct answers. And then here you see points. So let's say this question alone is 100 points. You see, so all we did there now was write 100 on this top part here. Then now to select the answer, the save button should be at the top right corner of your screen. Yusuf Shukrat Adetola. The save button should be at the top right corner of your screen. So look now, these are the correct answers. Oh, sorry, these are all the options. The correct answer is this first one. So what you do is you just tap it. You tap it once. You tap it once, which is here. You see, once you tap it like this, then you click on done. Click on done here. So what you just done here now is you've told the system, this is my question. These are the options. These are the options. And then this is your correct answer here. So if you look at these other options here, there are other buttons down here. This one means required. It means this question is a compulsory question. So when you tap on it, they won't be able to submit this form until they've answered this question. When you have in exams, when you have compulsory questions that you cannot skip, this is what required is for. Then this dustbin here, this thing that looks like a bucket, like a dustbin, is delete. This is delete button. So if you don't want this question here, you can just simply delete it. Then over here is a copy button, copy. So copy means another question will come. Once you click on this, it will duplicate the same question so you can edit it. So now I'm just going to take another question again. So I'm going to tap on copy button. This copy here, this button here. So when you tap it, to show you and the same question that I asked up here, you see it's the same question. This one here is the same. This one here is the same. But let's edit it. So who is the current vice president of Nigeria? So I'll make it multiple choice. Then to choose the answer or to add the other answers, I tap on add option here. Let's say Yemi Osibanjo. And then I click on this. You know, our answer now, because we copied that last question, is still this Muhammadu Buhari. So we're going to change it. You click on this blue button here to set your answer. Then once you've gotten to this part, so for you to deselect this answer, deselect, that is unpick it. You know, before it was our answer, but for this question, it's not our answer. So you just tap it once and then you select the right answer. So some questions can be trick questions and they can have more than one answer. So you can have more than one answers too. So let's say the answer was either Yemi Osibanjo or Muhammad Buhari. You can tap two of them. So anybody that chooses any one of them still gets the total marks, 100 marks. When we're done with this, we click on done. So now we have 2 questions in this our test. Now it's time to send this test to those that are supposed to take it. So what we do now is we come up here. You see this direction, this button that looks like arrow. You tap on it once. So when you tap on it, it asks you, do you want to send it via email? Subject, the message, and well, you don't want to send it via email. So you want to send it via link. You see the way we did our own test yesterday. You got the link on the group and then you clicked on it. So that way it's easy. So for you to send it via link, you see where my button is now, this black thing I'm holding. It is on this thing that looks like a dot or a capsule here. So you click on it and then it brings out this. This is a link to your test. So anybody you want to give this test to, once you drop this link, they would click on it and then it will direct them to where to take the test. You will see how it will look on my phone. So here now, you can either shorten the URL, that is make this link a shorter one, so it's easier to copy, or you can either copy this long one. But let's shorten it. So click on this button here. You see now it's a shorter. So to copy this link, you just copy from here. Copy from here, tap this button. So now that we've copied, then we can now go to share it with anybody. So now I'm going to put that same link that I just copied here. Here. So now, this is how the test will look like by the time someone is about to take it. So I'm going to put my email address. Then for this, I'm going to select maybe a wrong answer. Then here too, I will select maybe the right answer. Then I click on submit. You see it's your response has been recorded. This score. If I click on this button here, you see it to show me my score. I got 100 over 200. This is my email. I missed my first question, you know, and then I got the second one. That's why this second one was 100. This first one was 100, but I got only one out of the two. That's why I have 100 over 200, you know. So now let's go back to our form. So now, if you notice, there's on this top side here, there's questions and then there's responses. So there's something we need to be we need to take note of. When you are doing a Google form with your phone, you must not close this tab. You must not close it because that's the only way you can have access to your responses. You must not close the tab. Can you hear me now? So I'll go ahead. So now, if you look here, you can see questions and responses. Responses just gives you an idea of people that are answering your question. So it means here now you will see how many people scored 100 points, how many questions were answered wrongly, how many times did we release scores, you know, how many scores people get, and then okay, so for each of the questions, you'd see each of the answers and which one was right or which one was wrong. But this is more like an analysis. So you can see, okay, 20 people scored this question right, 30 people scored this question wrongly. You know, that way you can analyze the test you've given this students. So now the most important part here is when you now link this to an Excel sheet. I'm sure many of us, when we collate our results for our students, we do it on an Excel sheet, or some of us still use paper and biro, you know, but ideally we have to do them one by one, you know, but for here now, you don't need to do that. It's automatic. It goes on your Excel sheet automatic. So you see this button I'm hovering over here is an Excel, it means you will link this to an Excel sheet. So when you tap it, it will ask you, do you want to create a new spreadsheet or not? Then you can say you want to create a new one. So let's just name it tests. And then when you're done, click on done here. And then click on create, create here like this. Yeah. So now it will link all your responses to an Excel sheet. So it means what is going to happen here means that it will write down every detail. You can see here timestamp the time the person took the test. You can see the email address of the person's score. So this way, it has tested your students, it has given you an analysis, and now it's even going further to collating the results for you. So you don't need to stress yourself anymore. So I will stop here so I can share this video for others to see, and then for others to practice with, you know. So